Hey there everybody, it's Mike DeLisio with another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing, and today we're going to be taking a look at a massive behemoth of a game. We're going to be looking at On Mars from designer Vital Lacerda, art by Ian O'Toole, and coming from Eagle Gryphon Games. Looking on the back here, looks like we are from 1 to 4 players in about 80 to 150 minutes. The next frontier of human endeavor. The first settlers arrived on Mars in the year 2037. In the decades after the Mars base camp was established, private exploration companies started working towards the creation of a self-sustaining colony. Well, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot to unpack in this box. Looks like a fair number of components based on that picture, so let's kind of break into it here and see what we can see. These Eagle Gryphon games have had a reputation for being quite deluxe in their component quality, so let's see if that carries over with On Mars. All right, well, we've got a couple of different books. We've got a reference book and a rule book, and in a game this massive, I'm not going to be spending a lot of time trying to figure out how things work. I just want to give you a quick run through of what things look like, so you can get a sense for what's inside the box. This looks like more of a reference book where you've got different tiles and cards and what they do, blueprints of the different levels, going into more specific detail about how all of these things work, which in a game like this where you're going to have a lot of parts that probably play off each other, I imagine that's going to be very helpful to you as a player. You've got some designer tips on there as well, which is always nice. Here's the actual rule book. It is starting with the setup, as you might expect. You've got an orbit side and a colony side, life support system. Then you've got player boards and player setups, a description of the important terms used throughout the game. And then it looks like we've got 2 phases. Each round is divided into 2 phases, a colonization phase and a shuttle phase. And then it's going to go into much more detail about each of those 2 phases in the game. In the colonization phase, all players take 1 turn. The order in which they take their turn is determined by a turn order spot. So obviously, turn order is going to be of some importance in this game, it would appear. Obtaining blueprints, learning new technologies, research and development, resupply. Colony main actions, so the different actions you can take on the colony board. Control center, constructing a building. Life support system, there's a lot of examples, it looks like, for each of these, illustrated examples, which is helpful. Colony status update. Executive actions, missions, private goals, and then you've got the shuttle phase, where it says at the start of this phase, you move the shuttle 1 space towards the middle of the board following the arrows. Travel to the colony, travel to orbit, and end of the game. And it also has rules for a solo game. You're going to be competing against one opponent, Lacerda, which tends to be the case in these. You've got a 2-player game explanation and a first colonist variant as well. All right, well, no big surprise. It looks like a heavy, involved game. This, it says, included an upgrade pack, so this has some things that may or may not appear. If you were to have a copy you're looking at, it may not be in there. Just keep that in mind. We've got a fold-out board. Looks like, my guess is a card market. It looks like it has a place for different cards. That is a guess, but doesn't seem to be a wild guess. We've got very thick player aids, would appear to be anyway. The travel phase, okay, gives you some more details about that. We've got thick cardboard. Again, I'm guessing this is for small cards. Just a guess. All right, let's see if we can get a sense of the board here. We're getting most of that on camera, I think. You can see most of that. The main area here, hexes, score track around the outside, a shuttle track, and places for other components. All right. baggies. Another fold-out board here. Also looks like another place for cards. I'm not sure of that. Thick, very thick cardboard tiles. Okay, the component quality of the cardboard is very, very, very good. If you've played any of the other of these series of Eagle Griffin games, you'll know kind of what you're dealing with here. These are very well done, thick cardboard pieces. There are a lot of them. I'm not going to be punching them all out. Just know that they're all of the same type of thickness and quality there. Okay, we've got some player boards here. What I'm going to assume are player boards. Single-sided, but again, very thick. And these are recessed as well. You've got recessed spots right here. Bring this up a little closer, see if you can kind of get a sense of that. You've got recessed spots here, here, and all along here as well. Nothing here, but I don't know if you would need to. I haven't played the game, so I couldn't tell you if that would have any functional use at all to be recessed there. I would assume that if these are recessed, they're recessed for a reason, and if these needed to be, they would be. We've got a molded plastic, a whole lot of molded plastic here, and it has a very space feel to it, which is obviously thematic. So we've got wooden pieces, lots of wooden pieces, custom wooden pieces there. All right, I don't know what those are, but they're kind of cool looking. I can say that much. What appear to be wooden buildings of a sort. A lot of wooden components in this game. Okay. I'm not going to open all of them. I want to just give you enough of an idea so that you can see. It looks like these are what you would get in each of the player colors, what I'm opening up here. So you've got rockets and space people and what look to be rovers. And I'm dropping them, but you get the general idea here. Got a cool rover there. And you've got all of those pieces for all of the player colors. We've got some plastic gems here. Crystals, I would probably call those crystals. More little custom screen printed wooden meeples in the player colors there. Yeah, so all of those are of the player colors. Trying to find things that are unique. There are a lot of them. A lot of unique wooden components. Got to see player pieces. Almost all of these, actually all of them are screen printed. At least the ones I've looked at so far. Large ABC tokens there. And everything else seems to be variations on a theme I've shown you before, just in different player colors. So we'll move on. We've got some replacement cards for the solo deck, so that is something to keep in mind. I'm going to open up some of these main cards here. See if we can get an idea on maybe some of the iconography and the artwork on the cards. Okay. Just so you can kind of see the different types of cards here. The construction yard, automated production, wind turbines, private ship, biomarket. Get an idea for what types of cards we have here. Okay. Some square cards. The biochemist, R&D engineer, hydrologist. I'm assuming these are people that you can recruit to your cause to kind of help you out in your development. Different ways to place. Maybe some resource cards. This is all conjecture, of course. More square cards here. These look to be ways to place different buildings, perhaps. Like, it's all up in the air at this point. That's at least kind of how it appears. All right. And then we have one last little deck of cards. I want to make sure there's nothing hiding under there. Does not appear to be. There are a lot of components in this box, though. I'm trying to go through it in a relatively quick manner, but there's a lot to see. Okay, and then we've got some other small cards that, I don't know, they kind of appear to be almost contracts, but that's just a guess. But they kind of have that feel to them. Okay, you can get an idea of kind of what we're looking at here. Looks like there's two different types of cards. Okay. Well, obviously a lot going on in this game, and all you can do is get just a bit of a snapshot in an unboxing like this. But hopefully you get an idea of the type of components and the quality of the components that you're looking at in On Mars. And I thank you again for watching another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.